Hello friends, this is Neha Sharma and today we are going to learn about the ABG test. Okay, so the full form of ABG test is the arterial blood gas. Okay, and it is the most common test that is done in the intensive care unit such as the ICU and the CCU. So it is very important to know about the ABG test. So it is a type of a blood gas test. As we all know, there are different gases in our blood. Such as carbon dioxide, oxygen and nitrogen. So in this test the ABG measures the amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide level in the blood. It also determines the level of the bicarbonates. Nowadays we are having the modified ABG analyzer machines which also report the lactate, hemoglobin and several electrolytes measurement. There are three parameters in the ABG test, that is the oxygenation, ventilation and acid base. So we all know that in the intensive care unit these three are very important parameters. So for oxygenation we see the PaO2, that is the partial pressure of oxygen, and then SaO2, that is the saturated oxygen. Then for the ventilation we see the PCO2, that is the partial pressure of carbon dioxide, and for the acid base we see the pH and the bicarbonate values. So here you can see one more important thing is P is small and H is capital. So it tells that pH shows the power of hydrogen. Okay, so now next is the normal values. So here you can see the normal values of all the parameters. So PaO2 normal value is 80 to 100. If the patient having the PaO2 value less than 80, it means the hypoxic condition is somewhere present there, and if it is more than 100, it means the patient is suffering from the hyperventilation. The normal pH of the blood is 7.35 to 7.45. So if the blood pH is less than 7.35, it means the patient is suffering from acidosis. Okay, it means excessive acid is there. And if the value is more than 7.45, it means the patient is suffering for alkalosis. It means excessive alkali, or you can say base. Now the PCO2 value is 35 to 45, then bicarbonate value is 22 to 26, and the saturated oxygen normal value is 95 to 100%. So these normal values are very important to interpret the ABG. Now as we all know that there are different organ which helps to maintain the pH of the blood. So two organs are there, that is the lungs and the kidney. So here you can see lungs is related to the respiratory balance and the kidney is related to the metabolic balances. So you have to remember this acid base mnemonic, which is very important. So here you can say it is written Rome. Okay, so respiratory is opposite and metabolic is equal. Okay, so when pH is increasing and the PCO2 is decreasing, it means it is a respiratory alkalosis. And if pH is decreasing and PCO2 is increasing, then it is a acidosis condition. So here you can say whenever the acidosis and alkalosis is related to respiratory, so there is an opposite direction of the pH value and the partial pressure of carbon dioxide value. And in the metabolic, you can see that it is equal. Okay, so when the pH will increase, the bicarbonate will also increase. So it shows that alkalosis condition is there. And when the pH is decreasing and HCO3 is also decreasing, so it shows that there is a acidosis condition. So we must know that whether the patient is going through the metabolic acidosis or the respiratory acidosis, because these two are controlled by the different organs. So that's why it is important to know this mnemonic. Now these are the medical conditions in which the ABG analysis are done, that is the kidney failure, heart failure, uncontrolled diabetes, hemorrhage, then chemical poisoning, drug overdose and the shock conditions. So now let us see how it is being done. So as we all know, that is the arterial blood gas analysis. So we have to choose an artery. So most commonly radial artery is chosen. Apart from that, femoral artery and brachial artery and other sites can also be used. So the question might be appear on your mind that why radial artery is most commonly used. So the very first reason it is easily accessible. It can be compressed to control bleeding, because we know that the arterial blood pressure is more than the venous pressure, and then there is a less risk of the vascular occlusion also. So that's why most commonly radial artery is used. Apart from that, there are special ABG syringes are coming, which is already contain the heparin, one of the anticoagulant, which is very important in this test. So if it is not available, then the syringe, plastic syringe, glass syringe can be used, but the needle size must be 25 gauge, and the syringe and needle must be heparinized. Okay, so apart from that, it is very important to do the Allen test before performing this ABG analysis test, because this test is done to check the arterial blood flow to the hand. Okay, so to check the patency of the arterial blood flow, it is very important to check the radial as well as the ulnar arteries. So for that, Allen test is done. Okay, so if it is a already prepared ABG syringe especially designed for that, then there is a no need to heparinize the syringe. But if you have chosen or taken the plastic syringe, then you must remember that you have to take the heparin and then have to flush it back, so that the syringe will become the heparinized, so it will prevent the clotting. Now, though it is very safe procedure, but still some of the possible side effects can be there, such as the bleeding at the puncture site. The patient may be feeling faint, and sometimes the blood accumulation can also be there under the skin, and infection at the puncture site. So we can prevent all these side effects by taking all the cares that we took during the blood sampling procedure. So sterility must be maintained while doing this procedure. Now there are some of the contraindication of this procedure, that is if the patient is having a coagulopathy disease condition, or the patient is having the atherosclerosis, infection at the insertion site, and you have done the Allen test and the results is abnormal, or the patient is ongoing through the thrombolytic agent. So in all these conditions, we can't go for the ABG analysis. So that is very important point to keep in. Okay, so for your reference, I am having an ABG analysis of a patient. Here you can see it is written patient sample report, the status is accepted, date is there, timing is there, and the sample type arterial is written. So from here you can understand that this is an ABG analysis. Okay, ID is written and model is also written of the machine. So here you can say it is measured written. Okay, so 2 to 3 ml is required blood for this analysis. So here you can say the pH is 7.39, so the normal is 7.35 to 7.45, so it is normal, and PCO2 must be 35 to 45, so it is also normal. Here you can say the PO2, that is the oxygen level, is very much more, so you have to find out the reason for that, why it is so. And here you can see the different electrolytes like sodium, potassium, calcium, glucose, lactate, so these all are here written, so that you have to see that this is done from the advanced ABG analyzer machines. Moreover, here you can see it is written derived parameters, so with the different formulas we can determine the different things also. For example, the potassium, then the bicarbonate is also, then here you can say TCO2, that is the total carbon dioxide, and BE, so B is the base axis. Okay, so here you can say the SO2 value is also written here, that the saturated oxygen. So that is a type of a sample of the ABG analysis. So from this you can find out whether the patient is having an acidosis or alkalosis, whatever it is. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you very much. For more videos, please like, share and subscribe my channel.